Today I'm at the mouth of the river Algar, just outside the town of Altea, and this is kind of a bit of a wildlife area as the river comes down to the sea. And I'm going to have a little bit of an explore around here and then hopefully see about doing some photography, you know, around sunset, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, depending on what happens with the sky. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I am at the mouth of the river Algar. Now the Algar River is one of the few that kind of stays as a river all the way through to the coast. But there's not a massive amount of water here, if I'm honest. There is, this area is kind of an area of natural interest, lots of life here. There is, I believe, some kind of walk that you can do. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 kilometre circuit. I might have a look at that. But there's definitely some kind of wetland here, and I can see quite a few birds. In fact, I can see some cormorants over there and some ducks. I do like a duck. I don't actually see ducks all that often here. So I'm going to chuck on the telephoto lens, see if I can get some shots of some birds. I left the beach area and took a wander up the trail that goes around this sort of river area. Although it's a nice pretty walk, it's not photogenic in any way. There are some quite nice trees here that another time of year might be interesting, but nothing that's grabbing me right now. It's kind of like walking through a fairly enclosed area of parkland. Pretty to walk through, but not to photograph. So I'm actually going to head back down towards the river mouth and the beach and see what's going to happen as the afternoon and the evening wears on. This is an interesting place because it's clearly designed to be a natural area using the river and all of the plant life that grows around the river. But it's right by the town. I mean, over here there's some kind of, I don't know if it's a school or a sports complex, and if you look at it on the map, it's literally right on the edge of the town. So it's clearly designed for people to use as a recreation area. There's nice footpaths around, which is what I'm following at the moment. I've come back down now onto the coastal area, and out in the distance over there, right about there, just swing that around a bit so you can see it there, is the Sierra Lada. Got some quite nice dark cloud over the top, and then the beach coming in and the waves coming in. So I'm going to do a shot here, but I think what I'm going to do is go for a slightly longer exposure I might even go for a long exposure to try and capture some sort of movement in the waves. So time to get the tripod out. I've got a vertical orientation with the horizon across the middle of the scene. The beach coming in from the bottom left-hand corner and around. In the background there's actually some tall palm trees, and I've got those just a little bit in from the edge of the frame. And then the Sierra Nevada is quite a dark shape in the scene, with those dark clouds up above. Trying to play with some long exposures. I'm going to start off with just a sort of moderately long exposure, 10 stop ND filter, f16, 20 seconds, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, now for a long exposure, 10 stop and 6 stop ND filter, f8, and I'm going to go for 3.5 minutes, and hopefully that might look okay. We'll give it a go. Do I wait until sunset? I mean, conditions look nice inland, but compositions inland are very limited because there's lots of buildings which aren't very pretty. There's also lots of people around, which doesn't make it any easier. At the moment, the light is coming through very nicely. We are still about 35 minutes until sunset, although we'll lose light on the scene well before that. Photographing out to sea, there's nothing really happening. Over that way is the rock of Ifach, but all the light's gone off of that. There's a nice cloud over the top, but it's quite high up, so it's going to be a difficult composition to make work. Going out the direction I was shooting before towards the Sierra Nevada, the cloud now is very high up there, and if I kind of shoot across this way, I mean, there's some water here, there's a bridge in the background, and then the mountains. I don't know, do I hang around another 35-40 minutes and see what happens, or do I get on the road and head for home? Well, I've decided to hang in for a while. I really wanted to shoot up by the river mouth, but just too many people around. So I'm actually shooting a variation on the composition that I did earlier, using the Sierra Nevada in the background and the beach coming in. But now we've got much lighter, streakier clouds, not waves, clouds, and some nice colours in there. So it's gone from being quite a moody, dramatic scene in the earlier one to being much lighter and brighter in this one. Unfortunately, there's no real light on the Sierra Lada, so it's a bit of a silhouette, but the clouds look nice. I'm going for a horizontal or landscape format, wide angle. At the moment, I've got circular polarizer on, and at f16 I can get 1/10 of a second. I'd like to get a little bit longer than that for the waves, but we'll see what happens as the light drops. So I'm favouring the sky, sort of kind of 2/3 sky, 1/3 beach and sea. And I'm trying to get kind of a symmetry between the shape of the clouds curving in across the top of the scene and the waves coming in along the bottom. 1/5 of a second now, that's looking quite nice for the waves. Okay, I think I am done. The sun has gone down. What colours there were have already started to fade. I don't think we're going to get a beautiful glowing sky out there because there's just too much cloud sitting out in the direction of sunset. It's a beautiful place, a bit tricky compositionally for what I would really have liked to have done, maybe using the river a bit more, but yeah, a nice afternoon out. And right now it's starting to get chilly as the sun's going down and it's getting darker, so I'm heading for home. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know the routine. Give it a like, share it on social media, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And if you're new here and you've enjoyed this, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.